Historic home rehab, 7 common restoration mistakes, and how to avoid them. Welcome back to History Loves Company, where every home has a story. Today we're taking a deep dive into one of the most common challenges for old home enthusiasts, restoration mistakes. Restoring a historic home is a journey full of surprises, both good and bad. But knowing what to expect can save you a ton of time, money, and heartache. So let's explore the 7 biggest mistakes people make when restoring historic homes and, more importantly, how to avoid them. Stick around to the end for bonus tips on choosing the right contractors and what to prioritize when planning your restoration. Mistake number 1, rushing the process. The initial excitement of owning a historic home often makes homeowners rush into the project. But remember, these buildings have stood the test of time. They require patience and precision to be properly restored. Rushing often leads to quick fixes like slapping on a fresh coat of paint or using patch repairs, but without proper surface prep, these are bound to fail. Beyond basic repairs, rushing can mean skipping crucial steps like researching the original building techniques. This oversight can create structural problems or mismatched aesthetics. Create a phased restoration plan. Start with essential inspections to identify structural and safety issues. Use a timeline that factors in seasonal work, like exterior painting or roof repairs, which should be done in warmer months. Also consider consulting with a historic preservation architect to help map out your restoration phases. These experts can prevent you from making hasty, irreversible changes. Mistake number 2, using the wrong materials. Modern materials are often not compatible with historic structures, leading to moisture trapping, aesthetic mismatches, or even long-term structural damage. For example, using modern cement on historic brick walls can cause the brick to erode faster. Similarly, synthetic materials like vinyl or aluminum siding can trap moisture, resulting in mold or rot beneath. Do your research on original building materials. Materials like lime mortar, true wood siding, and original plaster are often still available at specialty suppliers or salvage yards. Another option is to hire a craftsman experienced in historical restoration. For windows, for example, hire a sash window restorer who can work with traditional joinery methods. And when possible, reclaim and reuse materials from your own house during demolition. Old wood, bricks, and fixtures can be repurposed to maintain authenticity. Mistake number 3, ignoring structural issues. It's tempting to focus on aesthetic fixes first, but underlying structural issues can have catastrophic consequences. Common signs of structural issues in historic homes include sagging beams, cracked foundation walls, and uneven floors, often the result of outdated construction methods or water damage over time. Hire a structural engineer familiar with historic buildings to conduct a thorough assessment. Look for issues like rotted beams, compromised masonry, or settling foundations. Prioritize stabilizing the structure before tackling interior renovations. Foundation repairs, roof replacement, or joist reinforcement should come before aesthetic updates. While addressing structural issues, be mindful of using period-appropriate solutions. For example, using steel beams for reinforcement in a way that preserves the home's original wooden beams. Mistake number 4, skipping research on historical accuracy. Each historic home has unique architectural features that reflect the era it was built in, from Greek Revival columns to Victorian gingerbread trim. Making changes without understanding this history can result in an odd look that detracts from the home's value. For example, replacing craftsman-style woodwork with colonial-style trim will create a mismatched aesthetic. Begin by researching your home's era and architectural style. Visit local archives, libraries, or historical societies to learn about the original design materials and the craftsmanship. Consulting old photos or blueprints, if available, can be extremely helpful. Reaching out to historical preservation groups or experts can provide guidance on what should be preserved or restored. Consider having your home's history documented professionally as well. Not only does this add value, but it also offers a blueprint for future owners or preservationists. Mistake number 5, over-restoring or over-modernizing. While it's important to add modern comforts, over-modernization can erase the historic charm that makes these homes unique. Modern fixtures or open floor plans may appeal now, but can clash with historical design principles and affect the resale value. Focus on modern comforts that are hidden or reversible. For instance, add modern insulation behind plaster walls. Use period-style lighting fixtures with energy-efficient bulbs, or install modern plumbing inside walls but keep the exterior fixtures authentic. If you must add a modern touch, consider an addition that blends seamlessly with the existing architecture. Ensure the addition complements the home's original lines, scale, and materials. Mistake number 6, neglecting permits and local regulations. Historic homes often fall within historic districts or preservation zones, which come with strict guidelines on what you can and cannot alter, especially on exteriors. Before starting any restoration work, visit your local planning office to understand the permit requirements and regulations for your property. Be prepared for potentially longer permit approval times, especially for alterations that change the home's exterior or impact the historic facade. Consult with a preservation architect or lawyer who specializes in historic homes. They can help you navigate the red tape and even secure grants for your restoration project. Mistake number 7, DIYing everything. While there are many tasks you can tackle yourself, attempting to DIY everything in a historic home can lead to costly errors. Missteps in electrical work, plumbing, or structural repairs can be dangerous and may damage the home. Decide early which projects are manageable as DIY and which require a professional. Focus on DIY tasks like stripping paint, restoring woodwork, or refinishing floors. Hire experienced craftsmen for major work, like restoring original plaster, rebuilding chimneys, or dealing with historic masonry. Look for craftspeople who specialize in historic restorations. They often have techniques and knowledge that general contractors might not. Restoring a historic home requires patience, knowledge, and the right resources. By avoiding these common mistakes, you're not only protecting your investment, but also preserving a piece of history for future generations. Remember, restoration is not a race. It's a labor of love that requires attention to detail and respect for the home's original character. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to History Loves Company for more restoration tips, historic home tours, and in-depth stories from the past. And don't forget to comment below with your own restoration experiences or questions. Until next time, let's keep history alive, one brick, beam, and board at a time.